Alright, I'm here to go ahead and give you an idea of this game. Now, this series is based off the anime Shonen Jump hit series One Piece, and this is the third, of course, and third in the line of the series, the Fire Warrior series. These are pretty static, regular old beat 'em up games, but more evolved than your typical old school Golden Axe or anything like that. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to go ahead and show you the story mode, which in this story mode we follow the story of Luffy and his crew on the Straw Hat Pirates, and it does a pretty decent job. If you're not, haven't seen the series or not a super big fan of it, you might want to get into it. It's a really good series. Now, we're going to go ahead and start and show you here that this is the prologue here, which is just the first chapters of the manga series. Now, it's not exactly in-depth and you won't get the full range of emotion from it, but it will give you a brief idea of what the series is like. And it does do a pretty good job of showing everything. I mean, it's not exactly the best for it, but it's still pretty good. Now, unfortunately for the last stage, Dressrosa, now the anime was still in the middle of this arc at the time, so we did not get the full version of this stage, so they had to do an original version of it. Yes. Alright, so, now the legend mode, the one trick about that is the legend mode restricts you to the characters that were in that chapter. Now, the free log, however, is the mode you want to go to if you're planning on playing with any character you want. Basically, you beat the legend mode, get through, and then you want to go through all of you want on the story mode. And now this will allow you to choose any character you want for this stage. Now, several things about this. In the legend mode, or free mode, you have a thing called the legend. The legend has a list of challenges to get to beat, which is you get these coins. The coins are used to unlock stats, characters, and unlock their special abilities and everything like that, which is very important because you also need them to be able to unlock the level 100 break. Level 100. Normally characters can only get to level 50, but with all the right coins, they're allowed to actually get past that. Each of the legend stage has these, and each stage can be played online with friends, which is very nice, but Koei's unfortunately still got a really bad online setup. You gotta actually, there's no like lobby where you can set everything up. You gotta have the person rejoin you after every single mission, which is very tedious. Now, looking over the list, let's go ahead and continue looking over the list here. We have the treasure event, which is special little quest in the middle of the stage that you gotta complete. You gotta complete all these also to help you beat the legend. That's one of the tricks. The skill poster, this gives you a description on what everyone has to unlock and what they give you as you unlock them. Now, these can consist of power specifically for certain characters like Smokers and Moria, or you can at least have special power-ups for everybody, such as Captain's Wisdom, Warrior's Wisdom, and Power Up gives you one's true form. Each one has their own special abilities, and you can see certain characters require you to do special things, such as getting Viper's crew member ability up to level 4, and getting Kaku up to level max. Now, level 5 is the max. Now, the way to get them leveled up is you got to use them in combat as your crew, and I will mention that the crew system in this one is not as good as the previous one, because in the previous one, you could actually choose who your crew members were and take them with you. Now, the downside about that is you only have one crew member, but you were able to level up whoever you wanted. This one, however, you can have up to 4 different crew members at a time, but it's based off what the stage gives you, so you don't have a choice. So, unfortunately, it's a potluck whether you're going to get the ones you need to level up or not. Of course, you have the hints. These are basically all the explanations of the game. You have the Bella Shop where you buy various things such as music and movies and all that. And of course, we got the difficulty setting. I would like a little bit higher difficulty. That's alright. Super hard is still pretty decent. Now we go to the actual meat of the game, which is the Dream Log. Now there are two different logs here. You get the Nightmare Log after you beat Dream Log. Dream Log is basically a series of like 60 different stages that you have to beat and try to get S rank to get additional experience, money, and crew levels. You also need to get you have to do this to get some of the last points to unlock all the characters' max level. Nightmare is after you beat Dream Log, and that is the extremely huge challenge of the game. You have to beat all the stages on a level 100 recommended level stage on super high difficulty. And those can be, even with the most powerful characters, that can be extremely difficult. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you an idea Now, online, this is how you, of course, you go online with other people, but it's not really their best, as I said before. Mainly because some fact you can only do online with free log. Green log, however, you can't play alongside friends. You can do couch co-op, which is good, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would prefer to have online co-op too. Now we're going to go ahead and show you the crew list here. We have, of course, the Straw Hats. As I was trying to explain before, when I didn't realize my mic wasn't working, you can choose the difference between types of Straw Hats before time skip and time skip by using their costumes. This changes their movesets, and radically it changes their playstyle for certain characters, especially ones like Frankie. Frankie is extremely different when he's at a time skip. As is, let's see, who else was really different? I believe Nami plays quite a bit differently. Now, of course, we're going to go ahead and look at the other characters here. We got Buggy and, of course, Meatball and a number of others. A good large list of cast. And as I was trying to say before when you saw the first video, Shanks is in it, but I do not find Shanks to be as good as everyone seems to think he is. I actually find him to be pretty dull. We have a good solid list. Now, granted that not all the characters I really wanted to be in here are in here, like Captain Kuro, Don Krieg, Arlong, Wapple, Kuro. I'm going to say that again, Kuro, because I really wanted Captain Kuro in the game. Now, another thing that kind of confused me was why Luca, Magellan, and Kuzan, or Okoji, are not set up in the Marines, but I guess I can understand for some reasons, except for Magellan. He didn't technically leave, and technically it doesn't appear that Luca left, according to the latest manga. So, but we'll ignore that anyways. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pick a character. Let's see who's a good choice. I could go overpowered, which is Whitebeard. They definitely unnerved him in this game, because in the previous game they took away one of his best ultimates. In this game, one of his best ultimates is now one of his charge attacks, which is pretty damn impressive. Alright, so let's go ahead and go with one of my favorites, Rob Luca. Alright, so, as I was trying to explain before, this is the Dreamlog map, and this is how big the map is. These are all stages you can play, and they have recommended levels. On Nightmare Log, these all get transformed to level 100, and their difficulty changes to super hard. Right now, they're all on normal difficulty. Below this is all the DLC stages. You have to buy the DLC pass, or Caesar Pass, or any of the DLC passes to begin with. Now, the Dreamlog is how you unlock most of the characters through Legend, but for some of the additional characters, you have to unlock them through the Dreamlog. That's what the black dots represents. Now, the first time through, there'll be black dots scattered all over the place. Now, after you beat this map, all the bunch of new super challenges come for you to fight. This is how you get special coins that they have to help you get the limit break characters. There's two different sets of coins. There's ones you get from fighting these guys from Rare Drop, and there's the other ones which come from wanted posters. Now these guys right here are wanted characters. The little wanted poster on them. Now what this does is these are like timed characters that run around. You gotta fight to catch them to get special coins that they drop. These are essential coins to get unlocking max character. Now, let's go ahead and I'll try to unlock another additional character for this stage. We'll go ahead and fight Ivankov here. Now, if you played any kind of Dynasty Warriors games, or haven't because you're afraid of the very, very silly idea that these are all very repetitive, well, in a way, you're right. They are somewhat repetitive, but that excuse is not very good because that excuse can be used for any game. So, in reality, these games are extremely addictive and can be extremely fun as long as you don't overplay them. Now, I of course play almost every Dynasty Warrior game, so I don't know about the repetition, but that's any game. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the setup. We have our coins. Now, the coins I explained, you use these to upgrade your character. In the previous one, you had to actually equip sets of them and make special sets to get the most buffs out of them. But in this game, they just get ahead and you just use coins to upgrade your character and it's permanent stat. You don't have to worry about making special sets up or anything like that. Next is your skills. These are things you unlock from the crew list, and these are how you use to buff characters. Right now, I have Stylist, which upgrades my hyper mode. And this one makes me enter my will get my hyper mode build up more quickly. This one is especially designed for certain characters. You got characters that have certain combinations that are better than others. Rob Luca has a really good one for this. And of course we have this one. Now Rob Luca, I put this on him because his ultimate attack, while powerful, not as powerful as it should be, and it's very limited range. So if you actually do hit somebody with it, you want to make sure it hits hard enough to kill them. Lastly is Belly Grove. Now this is used to upgrade characters that are lower levels to help build them up if you want to use them, but I think that takes away the fun of the game. Now here we got the army info, which shows my characters, and it shows Ivankok's characters. We have the player info, which checks control, skill poster, and hints. This gives, of course, a brief understanding of everybody's move, which they give recommended moves, and explain how each one works. I'll go ahead and just show you exactly how it works here. Like any other Dynasty Warriors, the game starts are basically just kind of they call button mashers. And that's not exactly true at times, especially on a higher difficulty, so you have to use proper combinations, dodges, dashes, and evasions, and blocks to actually get the most out of your attack. We're going to go ahead and start with the most simplest thing, with various combinations. We have a basic square combination, 5 squares to do a full attack. Now, for Rob Luca, he is a special character. He actually transforms with either, depending on which buttons you're using. And you also transform him back and forth with the R1. R1 is the character's special abilities. Now, you see, this changes Rob Luca's basic combination depending on if he's his leopard form or his humanoid form. Now, for Rob Luca, his square triangle combinations are for his leopard form, and his triangle square are for his humanoid form. So let's go ahead and do each of those. I'm going to do square triangle. That's his first square triangle. And his next one, square square triangle. Oh, he got me knocked off. Square square. Oh, I'm getting tear. There we go. There's square triangle triangle. Sorry, square square triangle triangle. Square, square, that's 3 squares and triangle. And then we have square, 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 triangle. And this droopy slam. Oh, I got this. Now I'm getting annoyed. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and see the triangle, this square attack, which is triangle square. This is the humanoid attack, leopard finger shot spot, with his Tempest bird kick. We have triangle, triangle. That's triangle, triangle, square right there. And we got triangle, triangle, triangle. Now, just let you know, triangle is also changed for when he uses his leopard too. Only the charge attack is what forces him into certain moves. Now, you can lock onto your character and your enemies that you're trying to face with L2. Bosses in general are allowed to have that. Now, at the top you'll see we have a green bar, which is a health bar, our yellow bar section, which is our ultimate. You can either use press the button to do a regular ultimate, which takes 1 slot, or you can hold it in to do your more powerful version, which takes 2. Now you see Rob Luca has extreme disadvantages because he's got very limited space and what to use is. Alright, so now we're going to go to the next system, which is the hyper mode for this game. Now, the hyper mode for this game is known as the Kazumi Rush. For certain characters, we push them into various hyper modes, such as for Luffy and Whitebeard, they put them in it brings out their Conqueror's Haki, which if you know about anything about anime, you'll know more about that. The game has a little glossary that explains everything. Now, just to let you know, the hyper mode before you get the level cap actually extends your combo. There's special attacks you can only use while in hyper mode until you unlock the level 50 upgrade. So normally you have a square, triangle, 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 but that's only in the hyper mode until you unlock it. So it's level grade. Normally your combo will only consist of square, triangle, triangle until you unlock the higher one, but you can access the full move that's in hyper mode. Along with that, as you saw, I was using the Hannibal there. Now, as you see there, I have two different characters I choose between with the D-pad. And this is my crew. Those are my crew characters. Now, depending on who my crew is, I can get special buffs also. And that's another problem with this, is since you can't decide who you get, it's very hard to get, a lot of times you won't be able to get a lot of good buffs. But I guess also that's a way to balance it so you don't make yourself completely overpowered. Let's see here, now we got, now as you fight, you build up the points, and as you build it up, you have, your partner gets more and more powerful with you that goes up. Another thing that's added with the Kasumi Rush, if you have a higher number, is you start using additional buddy attacks at the end of your combo. Right there. As you saw, Bellamate just came out of my attack after I hit my combo. So imagine basically this is an additional hit on your combo, so you know you have a square, triangle, 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 triangle. The fourth triangle pulls in the Kasumi Rush partner. And that partner will do an extra attack for you, plus not have you jump back, almost acting like a cancel, similar to what the dash does, which is the X button. The X button is you can dash and evade with the X button. Now there is no jump, unfortunately, so you have to make do with that. Normal games have the jump, but not this one. Your O button is your ultimate attack, which is, you know, R1 is your special ability. Each character has a different special. Your L1 is your guard and block, but you can also use it to center the camera. Now, as you can do in that quest, I just now have Tashiki and Smoker on my side. Now, each person you get on your crew buffs how long and how powerful your crew Kasumi Rush is going to last, and how hard strong it hits. I thought it was a real quick way to get him. Alright, so it's basically pretty simple. The basic idea of most of these games is just to have a lot of fun, just fun. Just have fun with the game. You're not there to killing, you know, winning awards for being the smartest person alive. You're just mainly just beat them up, or at least on the easier difficulties you level up characters. Now, I will tell you that the higher difficulties do get pretty nasty. Regular enemies will start to be able to kill you in one hit, and a lot more enemies are much more ferocious and violent. Now, what you saw right there is I was actually on Nightmare, I'd be dead now. That's how hard they hit, even on a high-level character like mine. Alright, so you know, he is Bellamate's max. And you saw his bar goes from orange to purple also at the top left. What that does is when you build up your crew member's bar to purple, it activates special hero power, just like the Lapon over there just did. And they do special attacks on the stage. Let's see here. Because when they're doing their hero power, they're normally in the hyper mode. So you gotta be careful of that. Now, just to know you're not completely invincible in hyper mode. You do take damage, and some characters can actually just completely take away your hyper mode. Characters like Corona and Boa Hancock can do various things that can completely destroy your ability in hyper mode. It can be very, very painful. Alright. Now, in terms of, let's see what we got here. We got great, graphics are very beautiful. Characters are well animated. They're beautifully designed. Most of the moves are pretty damn well designed. Each character is extremely unique. There are some ones that I don't care for. Like I said, example, I really don't care for Shank. I find that even though everyone says he's one of the most powerful characters in the game, I disagree completely. Let's see what else we got here. Voice acting is pretty damn top notch. I mean, they actually felt like they were trying in this one, compared to what they were doing in the very first One Piece Fire Warriors. They were kind of phoning it in on that one. I will let you know that there is no English dub, and I'm sorry for those who really want it. I can't account for taste, because me personally, I find the English voices to be complete shit, and they just completely ruin anime here in the US with the god-awful acting of both the 4Kids and the Funimation version. I'm sorry for anyone who feels that they're doing a good job. I really don't. It's my own personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. But I will tell you that, in my opinion, you're getting the better world here, because Japanese voice actors do fit much better, in my opinion. I'm not one of those weebos who says that America can't do anything right. I do believe that they can do English voice acting right. Series like Bobobo and Gundam have more than proven that English dubs can be damn good. But they're just not, in my opinion, Funimation just is not very good. Most generally, they're just not very good. Let's see what else is there. Now, for people who've read the American manga, the series isn't currently in Dressrosa, so I'm sure you'll get the idea of what's going on. Alright. Now, as you see, I'm on normal, and I'm on a pretty relatively easy stage, and my team members are beating the butt kicked. So it's not like these enemies are weak. You gotta keep an eye on all your teammates, make sure they stay alive. So at some stages, if you lose a team member, you lose. So you've got to be very careful. And of course, as you heal them, you get your Kazumi Rush maxed out. Now, in this game, there are some, in the more recent Dynasty Warriors games, they've had a ranking system. Hyrule Warriors had the ranking system also, and unfortunately, Hyrule Warriors ranking system, while an excellent game, its ranking system was very bad. My reasons for saying that is, one of the things that you were ranked on is by how much damage you took. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very, very, very difficult to get that rank because you only lose 1,000 points and you lost your S rank. This one is based off exclamation points, kills, and time. Now, exclamation points are gotten from Kazumi rushes and ultimates. So as you see, as I pull in my buddy here, he attacks. All those characters got little exclamations around them. Also, when you're in hyper mode and Doom, every person you kill in hyper mode is an exclamation, which is great. Let's see here. What else can I go ahead and comment about? I will say that unfortunately, most of the music is not from the anime, and I do am disappointed by that. They only have a few good songs, unfortunately. You can change the music if you unlock the option, but unfortunately, a lot of the songs are not good. My favorite is though you call it Reckless. Let's see here. Go ahead and put that on real quick. Now, music is still good, but I think I would have really loved to hear a lot of the anime music series, and not the really bad rap that the American version brought in. Alright, so we're almost at the end of the stage here. I haven't seen any people asking questions. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anyone, so hopefully we'll start getting more people. And this is our first live review for Hate the Player, MC here, talking. As I said before, I got away from the bees to get a chance to, you know, have a little fun for myself. He doesn't know I'm doing this, so. Anyways, you want to know more about what's going on with us? Go ahead and make sure to keep up on our website, hatetheplayer.com. We're at Snack Keys. Look up Hate the Player. You'll see us there and see our little misadventures there. If you get a chance, if you want to comment, I always appreciate it. Try to make it always have positive criteria. Really, crappy criteria isn't never helpful. I know criteria is never really meant to be nice, but it should be helpful, of course. Oh yeah, pluggo. I guess I shouldn't do that, but oh well. It's my comic and my web channel. I can go ahead and do what I want. So, now if you've seen the game, you get a pretty good idea what it's like. I'd like to go ahead and give you guys a more difficult stage to look at, but I think this is good for now. Anyone who, I know it looks repetitive, and it can be at times, but there's going to be so much fun to happen with mindlessly killing a ton of people. There's a lot of fun to be had in these kind of things. They're just great stress reliefs. And they can, like I said, they can be very addictive with all their content. There's tons of stages, tons of characters, each one's unique, tons of things to level up, and they can be a whole lot of fun with friends. And that's why another reason why I'm always very disappointed in the way Cody handles their online system. You gotta actually, as I said before, you have to constantly reconnect with a person. And you're playing couch co-op on this mode, after each stage they always have to hit the press, they have to press start every single time. It's very annoying. And overall, like I said, the voices are great, the music is great, the game is beautiful, it functions great. The PS4 version is a must because of all the extra enemy density and how smooth it plays and how quickly it loads. And here we go. There's our one at least one stage for you, give you an idea of how everything's like. Alright, and of course here's all of our level up, and we got everything here what we want. Of course, he's locked up and I'm maxed out on gold. Alright, but really, like I said, I can recommend it. Definitely if you see it on sale. I can recommend it at full price, but if you do have any interest in seeing it on sale, like I said, if you're worried about repetition, yeah, that is a concern, but that's going to happen with any game. And I will tell you that Dynasty Warriors are really good about relieving that because they're just so packed with content. Each character is so unique. So that was going to give my still the downs, such as the crew setup, the online setup. I wish it could be better, but you know that's just. And by now, I guess that's the reason why I'm going to have to give a point off for that. So I appreciate everyone listening. This is our first time. We'll get better at this. I promise. It'll get even better. We'll try to get rid of this old on-air stuff. But for today, I thank you, and I want to go ahead and give you my recommendation that this game is, to me, a nice little solid 9 out of 10. It's 8.5 for those who aren't a One Piece fan, but in terms of beat 'em up, I'd say this is probably one of the best that's been around that Toei has ever done. Hyrule Warriors is also up there. Both chock-full content. DLCs, yeah, they suck, but they're good priced. And if you're a fan of the series, it's like I said, solid 9 out of 10, even with my petty little quibbles. And for non-fans, it's a good 8.5. So I recommend it. If you see it on sale, grab it up and enjoy. I hope this helps you guys decide if you want it or not, and I hope you enjoyed our very first live video review. So this is MC signing off. Y'all have a great day.